Week 26, Day 1. Informing the public. Public opinion has an important place in a democracy. The public, often lethargic, is susceptible to a wide variety of influences. The most prevalent of these is the mass media. These communications media, the press, radio, and television, have a paramount position in initiating, influencing, and shaping public opinion. Bearing this responsibility, the mass media are often accused of being remiss in their duty to inform the public. There has been a great deal of hostile comment leveled against these opinion molders. Sample sentences. 1. The audience became extremely hostile when the bigot began to attack minority groups. 2. Long hair among boys is so prevalent today, there is no longer a prohibition against it in most schools. 3. We are all susceptible to a lethargic feeling after a heavy meal. 4. A good politician seeks the paramount issue in his community. 5. We would be remiss if we overlooked the importance of the Internet to the interchange of ideas and information. Week 26, Day 2. The lack of foreign news. The critics rebuke the press for the fact that most newspapers devote somewhat less than 10% of their news space to foreign items. In many hundreds of papers this falls below 2%. Why is there this aversion to foreign news? Newsmen claim that readers evince no interest in foreign affairs. In order to increase reader interest in foreign news, the vogue among editors is to sensationalize it to the point of distortion. Many other papers do only the most superficial kind of reporting in this area. Sample sentences. 1. The female aversion to mice is considered absurd by boys. 2. After a superficial examination of the injured motorist, the doctor said that hospitalization was imperative. 3. Many a husband has been given a rebuke for having imbibed too fully at an office party. 4. Youngsters often do not evince any curiosity about the lives of their parents or grandparents. 5. Good manners are always in vogue. Week 26, Day 3. Playing it safe. The average newspaper office receives many times the amount of foreign news than it has space to print. The editor must include or jettison items as he sees fit. It is inevitable that his ideas of what the reader want to know, or should know, are decisive. Because the newspaper owners do not want to endanger a lucrative business, there is the constant tussle between personal opinion and the desire not to offend too many readers or advertisers. It is intrinsic to the operation of all mass media that they avoid being extremist in their news coverage or editorials. Sample sentences. 1. Our conscience must always tussle against our yearning for what we know is taboo. 2. Man sets the price of gold, it has no intrinsic value. 3. The pilot decided it would be imprudent to jettison his fuel over the populated area. 4. It is inevitable that children question what their elders accept as tradition. 5. Each year the contracts offered to star sports figures become more lucrative. Week 26, Day 4. A favorite news source. The electronic media, television and radio, have more acute problems than does the press when it comes to news reporting. A normal broadcast can cover only a small part of a news day. The object is to transmit the gist of a story without supplying its background. Another difficulty of electronic news broadcasting is its transient nature. The viewers or listeners may miss an important story if their attention wanders. On the other hand, because radio and television present news in a more terse and exciting way, they are accepted as the most cogent presentation of news and are preferred and believed above newspapers by most people. Sample sentences. 1. After the catastrophe, there was an acute need for emergency housing. 2. The young lover was susceptible to transient feelings of jealousy when he saw his sweetheart dancing with his best friend. 3. She tried to get the gist of her message into a 25-word telegram. 4. The mayor made a terse statement in which he rebuked his election opponent for making a contemptuous accusation. 5. The best debater makes the most cogent presentation.